All right. Hi, and thank you for being here. So, my name is Sheridan Morgan, and I am the math intervention teacher. And we're just going to kind of go over the strategy and plan for your student and how we're going to help them grow and become more confident in their math classroom. So, I'm going to share my screen. So, we are looking at their most recent STAR test report. And what I like to tell parents is that this doesn't make or break a student, it doesn't define them because you have to take this with a grain of salt. And essentially, some kids are really bad at testing and get that anxiety and show very low growth. However, since your child has been referred to me to do some math intervention, coming from the teacher, it seems like maybe we need some help. So, with that being said, this is only a reflection of what you're like like a fraction of what your child's capable of. And as you can see, right now we're showing this scaled score of 925, and we really want to see kids, and that's still right here in this red zone. We really want to try to get kids to the blue and green zone. So that's where I come in, and that is where I start filling gaps and working with kids in small groups. So what I have noticed is that your student really struggles with the geometry side of math. And I feel like you're either very literal and algebra like brain, or you're good with shapes and you don't really need all the formulas and you can do everything with those shapes. Personally, I'm not one of those people, so that is how I obviously can relate to your student in this case. So, geometry is hard. Um, so the intention of this intervention is to give your student strategies to succeed in their classroom and, like I said, build that confidence up so that they are ready to learn and won't get discouraged as quickly or at all, hopefully. So, I am also going to show you the plan that I have worked up for your student. Let's see. Here it is. Okay. So, this is going to be like a 3-day strategy session and intervention session specifically for two standards. The first standard is right here. Let me zoom in a little. So, right here. Give me just a second. Okay. So, you can see right here it says standards that we are going to address. We're going to really get down to describing, naming, classifying, and building polygons along with other three-dimensional figures. And then what that's going to lead into is identifying points and line segments, rays, angles, all of these things that feed into each other. So these two standards are going to help give that student growth where their STAR test is really showing they're struggling. And I do feel like this is a quick win. We're going to do, incorporate videos, hands-on learning. They're going to have a scavenger hunt to find things around the home that are shaped like polygons or represent these lines and line segments. So incorporating real life, real world experiences into our lesson so that they can really relate. So this will be a 3-day small group. Monday, our focus is going to be identifying and classifying points, lines, line segments, rays, angles, and endpoints. And we're going to do that with discussions, with videos. We're going to dive into some vocab, and then what will happen is at the end, we'll have a group discussion with the other students and just really discuss the importance of knowing and understanding these terms. Let's see. Wednesday, we will be able to like name and describe and classify and construct polygons. So I have a cool website, and kids can play on it at any time. I kind of see and hear kids like to go onto the site and just kind of mess around and play with the manipulatives, but there is a site that we're going to use, and they're going to construct their own polygons and start, describing them. And that, I mean, it's always fun when you can get as hands-on as possible. And then on Friday, we'll wrap it up, and then we'll be able to recognize polygons and three-dimensional figures in real life and mathematical situations. So I really like incorporating Edpuzzle because it incorporates videos with questioning, and it pauses to incorporate those questions. And especially with virtual learning, I feel like Edpuzzle comes in handy with this and gives kids a way to engage without just sitting there and aimlessly just watching the screen. So incorporating Edpuzzle at the end is kind of my way of giving like a post test to kind of see where we're at and if we need to continue on with the intervention, if we need to just hit a few quick things, and just to see how successful your student's been. And so if you have any questions, feel free to ask. But I'm very excited about this lesson. I'm hoping that the resources that I've incorporated will really help students with their knowledge of geometry. Thank you.